Hello, Chattanooga.
Hello!
Good to hear from you. Anybody here likes to play practical jokes on people? Well, I love playing practical jokes, especially on people I don't even know, like hitchhikers. Well, I'll stop and pick up a hitchhiker and then just turn around and go back the other way. My dad caught me masturbating when I was younger. He said, son, if you don't stop doing that, you're going to get hairy palms. I said, Dad, then what the hell have you been doing to your ears? And Mom's upper lip. My wife recently asked me if I would like to go skydiving with her. I told her no, I would rather be in the bathroom when I shit on myself. Well, I'll tell you what, I got a little boy. Man, he is precious. I love him to death. Daughter. I got a daughter. Man, she is beautiful, precious. Same story. Every time I look at her pretty little face, I can't help but think, damn, I hate your mother. She got to the point where she started telling me everything that I'm doing wrong. You know, she's right about everything. Daddy, that ain't how you do it. Daddy, that ain't right. Finally, I stopped her one day. I said, listen, honey, if Daddy didn't make mistakes, you wouldn't be here. Then she got all gangster on me, you know, she's a big gangster, I'm gangster, and you know, it's cute for a little while, and then I got tired of it. I was like, honey, you ain't no gangster, you don't know nothing about gangster, just drop it, you know? It pissed her off. I'm gangster, I know gangster, what do you know about gangster there and know it all? So I shot her. And then she came home crying from school one day. Had tears in her eyes and stuff, and she walked in. It's like, honey, what's the matter? You know, what's wrong with you? And she said, you know, the kids at school were making fun of me, saying I was ugly. And I said, honey, you make fun of Daddy all the time. You know, call me big fatty daddy and all that stuff. So I just ignore it, let her off my shoulder, don't pay attention. That's the same thing you should do. And she looked up at me with tears in her eyes, and she was like, but Daddy, you are fat. I was like, yeah, you're ugly, go to your room. Parents giving kids Redmond nowadays for being over hyper. Don't they know Jack Daniels is a lot cheaper? School shootings nowadays, everybody's getting shot in school. Whatever happened to just getting your ass kicked? You know, I remember the first fight I got to when I was in school. Man, that was a tough ass kid right there. I almost got my ass kicked too. If I had punched her right in the throat, she would have probably finished kicking my ass. I love fat women. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I love fat women. Love them. Big old fat women. I picked a girl up at a bar here a while back, loaded her up in the bed of my pickup truck, and we went back to her house. We got inside, got her up in the room, all naked and everything, climbed up on top of her, looked real deep in her eyes, and I was like, honey, could you turn the ceiling fan off? She was like, why? Is you cold? I said, no, it keeps smacking my ass. Y'all got to give me a big round of applause. I just recently had my first threesome. I'll say my first threesome. I got to play with myself while they had sex. I'd have finished too if that damn tree branch hadn't broke. Laugh all you want. I won't ever be invited back to my sister-in-law's house. Got any married folks in here? Married folks? Awesome. Anybody have nicknames for each other? Well, me and my wife do. I call her my little sex camel. She will store that shit up for months. She calls me Microsoft. I don't get it. I read in a magazine somewhere that it said if a woman got a piercing down there, that it would stimulate her during the day to get her ready for sex that night. So I finally talked my wife into having it done. I come home that night, and she's sitting on the floor. Her pants and panties are in a separate pile. She's sliding around like a dog, stretching its ass on the carpet. I've never been so excited. I went running up to her, and she stopped me about 3 foot over. She said, "Sandy, I have had 9 orgasms today. Do not embarrass yourself." So I decided to go out and find me something to stimulate myself during sex. I went out and bought a bag of weed. Let me tell y'all, there's nothing better than being high and the lights are out. You're having sex with your neighbor's wife. Nothing better. I do. I joke and kid a lot on stage about cheating on my wife, and I do it. I'll tell y'all what, comedy's a tough business. I remember when I first started into comedy, me and my wife went to this little club down in Atlanta, and I went inside, got up on stage, got about 3 or 4 words out of my mouth. This big old black lady stood up in the back. She's like, "You ain't funny, you need to kill yourself." Embarrassed the daylights out of me. I put the mic in the stand, walked off stage, grabbed my wife, and we left. On the ride home, I was telling my wife, I was like, "Honey, if you ever embarrass me like that again..." I'm kidding, my wife ain't black. But my kids are. Thank you all, my name's Sandy Goddard.